This is our special Game of the Year episode of the podcast. How are you guys doing?
It's good. It's great. I can't wait.
It's good.
It's great. Yeah, I'm
I
doing
don't
great.
know how you were doing, not it.
I'm confused as to why we're doing this now.
It's doing.
We've only had like 20 games come out this year. Like, I don't understand why we're recording this
God damn it.
so
We
early.
made the same joke in the last.
We did.
I'm not
The exact
surprised.
Same joke.
I'm not surprised at all.
This is this is the 2017 Game of the Year awards for
God,
being recorded
2017 is
Medium.
just the longest year ever.
It is.
It's extended by a month. It's
There's
okay.
been too many. I played probably triple the amount of games this year than I have in previous years, so I can understand.
I think triple the amount of games period came out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joel,
That's true.
it's a leap year.
Was it a
I
leap
don't
year?
think,
Was it
I don't
actually?
think that's true.
I don't
No.
think it's
I was
true.
gonna say, I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
But instead of a day, it's a month.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
This
is
is
it
this
like?
is this is
What is the name of these extra
December-uary?
months? Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Anyway, so yeah, I guess we can jump right into it. We have 10 categories once again, like last year. I think 10, right? Do we have more than that? Well, technically, I think we have 12 because we're combining a couple of the individual ones. So yeah, 12 categories. Some of them will be a lot grouped together a lot smaller than other ones. So, but I guess I'll go through and list all the categories quick. We're gonna do Best Shooty Bang Bang again. So Best Shooter, Best Indie Game, Most Franchise Potential, which is new, Best Story, Biggest Surprise, Biggest Disappointment, Best Multiplayer, and then our individual categories are going to be Best Old Game, Most Anticipated 2018, or Most Anticipated in general, Guilty Pleasure, and Biggest Regretful Purchase. And then, of course, we'll have our Game of the Year. So, each of these categories, we're going to do a winner and then 2 follow-ups, except for the Game of the Year, where we're going to do an ordered list of top 10. So, that'll be fun. Yeah, getting her started right away. We're going to do, probably, in this segment, Best Shooty Bang Bang and Best Indie Game. So,
Yay.
we'll start off right away with the Best Shooty Bang Bang.
Should we introduce our guests?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
should
we
just-
should probably do that first.
Nah.
Guys, I
Totally forgot to do
I didn't
the
think
oh,
about
hi.
that at all. Oh, hi!
Yeah, you
Oh,
forgot that
hi.
as well.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's restart.
I
Ready?
100%
All right.
forgot
Yeah,
that we have.
yeah, okay, yeah. Let's just throw all this out and start fresh.
3, 2, 1. Oh, hi.
Yeah, I 100% forgot to introduce the 2 people in this podcast that are not normally here. So
And one of us is sitting right
I'm
next to you,
always
so
here.
how the fuck did you forget?
Yeah.
one of them is
prob-
literally I'm touching his leg currently.
I was gonna
Oh,
say he's probably stroking your thigh right now. That's fine. Just forget about him.
No, he
It's
grabbed
no
my
big
big
deal.
toe.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
So if you heard our episode,
See,
little
thigh didn't bother me, but big toe now sounds kinky.
Yeah, it
a
does.
little too much.
It's very-
I was stroking the bottom of my big toe.
I am.
Ooh.
Just
It's
the
like a
bottom.
poem.
Can I
should
get a
write a poem
Snapchat
about
of this for proof? Like, I think I need to know that this is happening.
Yeah, can you make
I'll
a
send
picture
you
of that the album art for this
Yes,
episode?
please.
Yeah.
I'll send one. Hold on.
my
This is
God.
vital. This is vital. This is not
This is vital to the
We have to
podcast.
stop
Yeah,
the podcast.
Ron, edit out edit out all this like downtime.
Nope.
Oh, should I?
It's got to stay in there.
Well, no,
gotta
you
keep-
can't now because I told you to. Like, it's now content.
Yeah, it's 100% content. All right. So we have Joel.
Hi,
Yeah,
yeah,
on the
I was
podcast,
here
yeah.
last year, I think.
Yes, you were
Yes.
here last year.
It
was?
You were
feels
here.
like ages ago, but I think
It
it
was
just a year.
ages ago.
It was
was
approximately a year.
One age ago.
Just
It was-
approximately, yeah.
It was thousands of games ago. Let's put it that way.
That's true. That is true.
That is true.
It's a lot of truth.
Yes.
And then with me, I have little shorty Ben who plays games.
Oh, hi.
Little shorty
Hi.
Ben who plays games.
I'm
Yeah.
popping my podcast cherry.
He is.
Ooh.
Now,
Nice.
so
Nice.
is that like some sort of video game playing gnome or?
You should be a character in a video game, to be honest.
little
That'd be pretty
little
great.
shorty Ben who plays games.
I'm 6'4", guys.
If I make a game,
Just a little
you're gonna
shorty
be
Ben boy.
Yeah,
a
Ron,
character.
do it. Yeah, do it and let something on Itch.io or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Ben's a friend of mine from a long time ago, when in high school, when I first moved up to the city. So now I'm back here, and I got Ben with me now. I
Ooh.
can touch his
Yay.
leg while we talk.
While I watch
And
the
he can-
snap of him
and he
touching
can
my foot.
and he can make disgusting faces at me because he's disgusted with me.
As he should
Yeah.
be.
And yeah, Joel back in the cities, who you guys have heard once before. If you're not a new listener, if you're an old timer,
If you're an old timer, if you've been
If you're a
with us,
dedicated fan.
if you're one
if
of
you've
the 6
somehow
people,
listened to a full year of our podcast,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
if you're
but-
one of 6 people that have listened to our podcast on a
All right.
consistent basis. All right. Yeah. So I guess.
So
we can
best
jump
shooty
right
bang
into it.
bang. Let's do it.
Oh.
I'd like to start by petitioning we change the category to best Pew Pew Kaboom.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I do
Yes.
not like it.
I actually
I
think
like
that
that.
just rolls off the tongue better. That's actually a perfect follow up to last year's Shooty Bang Bang.
All right, so we're doing the best Pew Pew Kaboom right now.
Yep.
All right, I guess I'll read the list of games that we have
Go ahead, Mike.
quickly, and then we can add games and discuss after. So, Call of Duty World War II, Destiny 2, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Lawbreakers, Mass Effect Andromeda, Prey, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Resident Evil 7, Sniper Elite 4, Splatoon 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Evil Within 2, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, and Wolfenstein 2.
You did it.
Beautiful.
Can I just say that the switch between like actual numbers and Roman numerals really threw me off there? But
Yeah.
Evil, bye!
Matt, what the
Sniper
hell?
Elite
Why
kill?
didn't you say yeah?
yeah,
That's your thing.
I
Yeah,
kind of
really
forgot. It's been a while. Okay, but yeah. All right. So do we want to add any games? Does anybody have any games to add to this for nomination?
Yeah, 1-2 switch. Just kidding.
There was a gun game in Switch.
There was
Oh,
a gun
hey,
game.
there we
that
go.
part.
There we go. Put
Just
it on.
that part of 1-2 Switch. Just the one
So-
mini game.
Yeah, the 1 minute. Well, I mean, you could technically say that like the Harry Potter game is kind of a Pew Pew Kaboom.
There's
I
a
mean-
Harry Potter game that came out this year.
No, and 1-2 Switch. That's the wand thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be shooting guns necessarily to be
Exactly. You're shooting magic in that. So you
I'm
know,
thinking
it's-
primarily
I'm
of
thinking guns.
the gun
Yeah.
game that's in
Well,
1-2 switch.
I know the draw one,
Yeah, quick draw and
Yeah.
then the fake draw.
the fake one. Yeah.
But
Alright.
that was a complete joke nomination. I think we should immediately take it off. the list.
Okay, that's fair.
No,
so
I
it's
think,
not.
I think we need to discuss the merits before we can take it off.
Okay.
Okay, go for it.
I
Why
mean,
do
if
you
wanna
want
talk
it to
in-depth-
stay?
If you want to have an in-depth discussion about 1-2 switch's party shooting capability,
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh God.
So it's a mini game that lasts about 2 seconds. There's a guy that starts
It's
counting
short,
down.
but sweet. I like it.
Yeah, there's a guy that starts counting down. 3, 2, 1, draw, and then there's the 2 players, and you each have to draw with the one. What are those called?
Joy-Con?
The
Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
And shoot the other one.
Okay,
That is
so
the game.
So it's really tight gameplay. Like they just focused on the core of like drawing and shooting, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. I think it's a definite contender.
I mean, and it's only let's be honest. That's only like 1/30th of the game because there's like 30.
Yeah, that's true.
games in the
There's
game.
so much more.
That's true. There's so much more.
So the
No,
game
I-
just excels in every front.
So we could probably put it in every category.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
could
absolutely.
actually.
Except
1-2
it-
Switch Game of the Year 2017, guys. You heard it here
God.
first. All right, we can remove that. Yeah, good deal.
All right.
I
well,
like-
I'm just glad everyone gave it fair consideration before
We heard it
dismissing
out.
Yeah,
we heard
yeah,
it
we
out.
did hear it out.
I have a question.
um,
I have a question. Has
yeah.
anyone played Lawbreakers?
No.
Oh, that's a game.
Yeah, that's a game.
I've broken several laws this year.
Oh,
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 does it have anything to do
was
with
it Pew Pew Kaboom? Yeah.
Yeah.
There may have been some pew pews, no kabooms.
All right, so take it off. Take it off.
Immediately has to go.
All
I've heard
right.
let's speak. Just wanted to quick say, I've heard Lawbreakers is really fun and tight. It's just not done very well, so no one
Sure.
plays it anymore, and it's kind of hard to find matches. So that's
Did not have staying power, you could say.
no.
Yeah. All right, so I'd like to vote to take off Prey, personally. I've actually played it. I don't know if anybody else has actually played it.
Did you
I,
play
I
Prey?
haven't played it, no.
Dang.
So
I was kind of hoping Ben did play it.
I-
A lot of people online love Prey, so that's
Yeah,
why-
but as
take
if we're
it off
talking
the
about,
list solely for the fact that none of us played it.
Yeah.
I played it.
Well,
I played
Matt
it.
played
Oh,
it,
Matt
and he
played it,
didn't like
okay.
it.
I'm taking it. I'd like to take it off the list because the game isn't good for its gunplay. So
Right,
therefore,
yeah,
Fair.
I was gonna actually raise that same point with PUBG because like that game is
No.
great and all, but the shooting in that
Disagree.
game is not great.
I disagree with that.
I
100%
disagree.
disagree.
Yeah.
We could talk about PUBG later. Right now we're on Prey. I'd like to take it off because the gunplay, specifically in Prey, was not that good. And there's no ammo, so you can't even shoot the fucking guns that you get anyway. So
You can craft
take it
ammo,
off.
though, bro.
You can craft ammo, but
I think it's interesting that we could basically have a subcategory on here of best survival horror this year. 'Cause
we could.
Prey,
That's true.
agree with that.
Resident
And
Evil
take
7,
Resident Evil 7
Evil
off.
Within 2, all those games are great, and like I think
Yes.
they all have pretty decent shooting compared to other like games from the franchise.
They do.
But none of them are really like that's not their drawing
Yeah.
factor.
Well, that's the problem with Resident Evil 7 too. It has the same problem as Prey. You don't shoot a lot in that game.
Yeah.
It's mostly
I
like
agree.
Yeah,
running
the
away
whole
from
the whole
people.
design is around you have limited ammo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
So-
it's hard
But-
to nominate
so-
that as a good.
So even
shooter,
though it's
right?
not necessarily a shooting game, we could still judge it on shooting mechanics, though.
We can. And I'm just saying, I dislike Prey's shooting. It was not that fun, and you never had ammo. Like, I
So do we
I
want to
can't
get
handle
rid of it
Prey.
or just derank it?
I want to get rid of it. It's not on here. It's not gonna make 1, 2, or 3 in my book. So I'd like to just get rid of it.
So there's only 13 games left. So
Well, we
I
already
guess
got
can-
rid of 1 and 2, so 3 is the only thing left.
No.
Was- Yeah,
No,
we got rid
we're-
of 1, 2, and Switch.
God damn.
Yeah, but we only need 3 games in this list at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing a winner and 2 follow-ups.
I think people would care about more other games more. So I'm
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
fair.
I think we get rid of it. I also would get rid of Resident Evil.
Yeah,
I haven't played
Yeah.
it for the same.
for the same reason, really. Like it's
Same with
And
Evil
even-
Within
it's a
2 then.
fantastic game, but like the shooting is not kind of
Is
the
not the core
of that game.
concept. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say Evil Within as well, Matt, just because it has. the
I
same-
agree. The gunplay is significantly better in Evil Within, in my opinion, than like Prey, but it's still not a shooter. So
I think. Hold on, before we really get rid of those, did anyone play Sniper Elite 4?
No.
no.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
like eliminate the ones that no one's played first
Yeah.
because
Heard good things about it, but never played it. So.
yeah.
There's going to be a lot of that this year.
Yep.
Could we do the same thing with Battlefront 2?
Probably.
We get rid of
I
it
think-
just to boycott.
Is it
Yeah.
is it any
On
different than
principle.
Battlefront 1 gameplay wise? Probably not. So just
No.
get rid of it.
I mean, to be fair, they get like those kind of games have really fun shooting mechanics, but
They
I
do.
think that there was other games that
Yes.
better than
I
that
agree.
this year, and I just don't
And
think
that we
giving
play.
Battlefront any award is going to be a good idea.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So are we taking out Resident Evil and Evil Within?
I think
I-
Resident Evil goes because no one's played it too.
I agree with
Oh,
that.
you did play it?
I
Okay,
love Resident
Ben-
Evil, but
Ben
I
played
wouldn't
it.
count it as a shooter.
Exactly. I'd say the similar things about Evil Within. I like the shooting mechanics in that game, but it's not a shooter. It's not its strong
Right.
point. So I'll get rid of that.
So I didn't play COD World War II. I've
Oh,
heard
you
it's
did.
fun. No, I bought it. I haven't played it yet.
Oh,
I'm planning
okay.
on playing it
That's
early
what it
this next year, but or this year, I guess. But did anyone else play it? Nope.
No.
Nope.
Sorry, COD.
And I'm guessing it's the same as every other Call of Duty.
Yeah,
for
and it
shooting
probably
mechanics,
wouldn't win
so.
a best shooter mechanic kind of
Yeah.
game anyway. So,
Should we go over what we have left?
yeah, let's go over what we have left. We have
All
7
right.
games left.
Yep. So we have Destiny 2, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Mass Effect Andromeda, PUBG, Splatoon 2, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, and Wolfenstein 2. So, sorry, Wolfenstein II. My fault.
Yeah. More like
so
it.
there is probably 3 games I think should go.
So I'm gonna
Sure.
kind of say the same thing about Uncharted as we said about like the horror games.
Yeah,
Is
that
it-
was one of the games
okay.
I was gonna say. It was
Okay.
gonna
I it's got a stronger shooting aspect. Well, at least
Than the others.
previous Uncharted's did, than others. But still don't think it's a shooter.
I don't
So-
even think it's that different than the other Uncharted. It's just a really good game. So
Yeah. Okay.
and I
So
just
go-
think it's a shooter primarily anyway. So
Go
yeah,
for
like
it.
the gunplay in Uncharted is at least more important to it, I think, than like the old Tomb Raiders that it was kind of built off of. But
Yeah.
it's
It's
still like
definitely
you're
like
not you're
half the
not
game.
playing right. You're not necessarily going to Uncharted specifically for the gunplay.
I agree.
yeah, I agree. It's more for the story and the actual adventuring part of it.
Yeah.
Right. So Okay, so
Did any of us play Andromeda?
Ben did.
Ben did. Okay.
I played Andromeda.
Okay.
I don't think it was a very good shooter.
Okay.
I don't think it
So-
was a very good game.
so can we just get rid of it then? Is anybody?
I'm totally
Bad
fine
with
with
that?
rid of it.
Yeah, we
All right.
can
I don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna stand up to the other stuff on the list.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
probably. In
Um,
that same vein, I'm gonna say Wolfenstein 2 can probably go away then.
So yeah, I was gonna be the thing I brought up next was like Wolfenstein. Like
This
all
one-
the new Wolfensteins are fantastic games, but honestly, the shooting part of them isn't the best.
And I heard there's a bigger emphasis on stealth in this one too than there is in the previous one even.
Yeah, like you have to be approaching those
yeah.
games with a very specific mindset to enjoy the shooting. And
Well,
on the
Killing
heels of
Nazis.
Doom,
What kind of mindset you need, Joel?
Well, I mean,
You like
yeah,
Kill
Nazis?
fucking
Is that what you're
Nazis.
saying?
so killing Nazis is great. It's just like coming off of Doom 2016, the shooting in Wolfenstein
Yeah.
feels rough.
It feels
by
off.
comparison.
Oh, definitely. That's kind of what I was
Sure.
comparing it to. The little bit I played of it, I'm like, this is definitely not Doom.
yeah.
Like I haven't played much of
It feels
Wolfenstein 2.
clunkier, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it is
it does.
absolutely. I haven't played much of Wolfenstein 2, but the New Order specifically had several segments where you felt really frustrated because the game needed you to approach it in a very specific way with like a level
Yeah.
layout. And if
Yeah.
you weren't really equipped for that or weren't really good at approaching it
Yeah.
the way it wanted it to, you would just be beating your head against it for a while.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. All right, so we can get rid of Wolfenstein 2
Yeah,
then.
Wolfenstein 2, get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So down to 4.
We're at 4 games. There's one that's gonna leave from this list.
I vote Ghost Recon personally because I haven't played it. Well,
And
I played the beta,
see,
I guess.
I
but-
guess I thought it had really solid gunplay.
Okay.
I guess.
Well, we can start debating now. I guess.
Can we say what is absolutely on this list? Like,
Yep. Yeah.
I think Splatoon 2 and PUBG are both absolutely on this list.
Yeah,
I don't-
Splatoon 2 deserves a spot on this list.
Really?
But-
100%. Yes.
oh, absolutely.
Okay, here's the
I
thing.
never played them, so
I want to get. I'm gonna push for it for number 1 on this list because I want more games like Splatoon 2. I don't. It's. I'm not shooting guns, and it's still a shooter. That's what I
here's
like
my
about it.
argument against Splatoon 2. The gunplay is so bad that they decided that you don't have to hit each other; you just have to hit the ground.
No, that has nothing to do with the quality
That
of
has
the
nothing to
gunplay.
do-
That's,
yeah.
It's the entirety of the gameplay design. I love that Splatoon
So
2
it's
is
rocket
a
launchers.
shooter. I love that Splatoon 2 is a shooter where you're not aiming at other players.
Or
Yeah, I know, and I
yeah.
think that's part of the charm of it. That was more like half a joke, but it doesn't feel amazing. That's my only problem with it.
It's unique. I would
I-
agree. It's not the most amazing gameplay ever known to
I
man.
mean, it's
But it's
good
unique, and
enough gameplay for it to still have a really like high amount of people playing it this far after
Yeah.
release. Like it's multiplayer in that game is still going strong.
I like Splatoon 2 because it's unique. Because I'm not shooting at other players. Because I'm
Also,
not
it's an
shooting the gun.
incredibly good example of building off of a experimental game. Because like Splatoon 1 was fine, it was great, and
Sure.
Splatoon 2 came up so hot on its heels with a ton of like under the hood improvements and additions and whatnot.
Different game modes and
Sure.
everything. Yeah.
I think I don't know. Splatoon 2 feels like Splatoon 1 exactly to me, but it's the only difference is they added Salmon Run for me. But I didn't play a lot of Splatoon 1, to be fair, so I don't know if
It's
maybe
no.
that's why
It's
it-
kind of this. It's the same game as far as like gameplay goes. I didn't feel it was that different, but I feel like we argued for Splatoon last year.
Did we?
So
It didn't come out last year, actually. We didn't do it last year.
oh, we didn't do it last year. I would have.
But
at
I
least.
mean, I'm not opposed to it being in the top 3. So
Well, it's already
I'm
in the
okay
top
with
4,
that.
so-
I would say my top 2 in this list are Destiny 2 and PUBG.
I would probably
Okay.
agree with that.
And you know how
I
much
waver-
I hate Destiny 2.
I waver
well,
between
here's-
Destiny 2 and Wildlands for my
Here's
number 2.
here's the thing about Destiny
But-
2 and why I think it deserves to be on this list. For almost a month after Destiny 2 came out, literally everybody I know was talking about nothing but Destiny 2.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
game consumed lives.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's good, but you know, it's.
I mean,
The gunplay's good though.
It-
The
I
gunplay's
mean,
the
good.
first one.
It
you didn't play the first one?
No,
Neither did
was kind of against it.
Oh, sure.
there are definitely some issues with it. It's not a perfect game, but it is so much better than what Destiny 1 was for most of its life.
It's definitely a Bungie game, I guess. It felt like Halo.
It felt like Halo, and I
Bungie
like
makes
that.
good, decent game or gunplay mechanics and stuff.
Well, and that's the
so-
thing. Like, even Destiny at its worst, like when it first came out and people were like, "This game isn't good," the gunplay, like the shooting people part of it, was still fine. It was
Yeah.
just
the
everything
shit
else.
around.
Yeah, everything around the game wasn't developed.
Oh yeah, I honestly feel that that's how Destiny 2 is as well. I actually found Destiny 2 like incredibly boring to play in terms of the story and stuff, but I think the gunplay is the only really good thing about the game,
Yeah.
as well as the graphics in the game. But
Yeah.
that's the only really fun part for me. Is shooting people is extremely fun in that game.
So
Yeah.
how's this gonna work if we've got 4 and like are we just all gonna like say these are our top 2 and then whichever ones get the most votes is top?
We can do that, or we can just try to agree to eliminate
If we
one.
can
Yeah.
agree on some top stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
or we can do a vote when we get down to 3 for. Well, I mean, last year we had ties for like runner-ups too, so.
Yeah, we did.
And
Yeah.
for number ones, and I'm totally okay with doing that too. So, is it consensus that we're getting rid of Wildlands here? I feel like that's the general vibe.
I haven't played
people.
I haven't played enough of it to know.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know. I guess I thought it was pretty decent gunplay, but I can't really say since I'm like the only one that's played more than just the beta.
I specifically remember killing you guys with rockets, and that was amazing.
That was
So
The mortars.
Okay,
yeah.
that's great and all, but we're trying to talk about games here.
yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Sorry.
and that
I'm
fits
dead.
in the Kaboom category of this one.
It does fit in the
Pew
Kaboom.
Pew Kaboom. That's true.
That's true. So if we're going off that, I'd say Wildlands actually has more options for the Kaboom part.
Right,
than any
Wildlands
other
is
game.
bringing the kaboom that the other games
Yeah.
are kind of missing.
Yeah. Although PUBG does have a little bit of Kaboom with like the hand kabooms.
Doesn't Splatoon have some like paint grenade stuff?
Yeah. I guess
Yeah,
Destiny
they
does
do
too.
have those.
So they all
Isn't
have
that more
kabooms.
Kasplat though, not Kaboom?
Splat. There
You know,
go.
you know what? Fair.
Pew
Fair.
Pew
There.
Splat.
So the best Pew Pew Kasplat game goes to Splatoon 2.
Absolutely. Uncontested.
Nothing beats that. Yeah.
All right, so,
I feel like we're
I'm
done
okay
now.
with-
Do we want to get down to a vote?
Yeah, we can vote.
Do
Do
we
it-
want to vote on which game we want to eliminate, or we want to vote on our?
I think we vote on which game we want to eliminate, and then we
Okay.
go to 1, 2, 3 from there.
Okay.
I vote. I'll start off. I vote. Get rid of Wildlands personally.
I also vote for Wildlands.
I'm gonna vote for Wildlands as well.
Well, I think that says it.
Yeah,
I'm
already
going to
off.
vote for PUBG because I don't think that game is very good.
Well, we could discuss that
Oh,
when we're
you.
ordering 1, 2, 3.
Ooh,
All right.
There's gonna be some fighting going on.
So we have 1, 2, 3 left. We have Destiny 2, PUBG, and Splatoon 2.
Here, I'm gonna make a very quick argument for PUBG. PUBG is the only game you've made a song about the guns in this game for this year, Matt.
That's true. That's true. The F-16 song. It's pretty great.
Greatest hit. It's a single.
Greatest hit.
No, but the reason I want PUBG on this list is because every gun, like every edition gun that they add to that game feels different. And
Oh, yeah.
the
I
amount
agree.
that you play that game, like you start to really get to know and learn the guns and how they all control differently and stuff. They
Yep.
actually have favorite guns that you find in the game. I don't know.
So weirdly,
The gunplay is
the
best
gameplay
part.
of PUBG is similar to a roguelike in a way. Like if you think about it,
Kind
Yeah,
of.
it's a roguelike with the
it's
other
a
players
massively
being your-
it's a massively multiplayer
RNG.
roguelike.
Yeah.
Roguelite, maybe.
Yeah, that is fair because it's not a randomized level.
Yeah.
So I like PUBG's. I think PUBG, like gunplay specifically, is very good.
Well,
coming
yeah.
from playing like H1Z1 and comparing it directly to that, H1Z1 is complete trash compared to
Oh
PUBG.
yeah, well yeah, I mean yeah, compared to other like survival type games in that genre,
So-
sure, but they're all clunky as fuck by my.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but-
I thought
I don't
PUBG was extremely similar. Like when I sat down and played PUBG for the first time, I thought I was playing like a full blown shooter
Yeah.
with the gunplay. Personally,
redeeming
like
quality-
I'm playing like Battlefield 3, like back in the days with really good gunplay in it.
Well, and it's built on the Arma mod, so that's why it is.
Yeah,
good
exactly.
gameplay, which
Yeah.
is,
They're going
you
for
know,
the realism.
yeah,
Exactly.
It's supposed to be
So-
realistic. But I don't
I'd
know.
like, I like PUBG. I think I'd say it's probably number 1 on my list for best.
You said
Pew Pew
Splatoon
Kaboom.
2 is your
I know,
number
but
earlier.
that's because I wanted to get it in the top 3. Now I don't give a fuck about it anymore.
No, you don't
It can
give
get
a fuck.
it can
You're
get 3
abandoning your
for
bait.
It's
Man,
top
this
3 now, so
mercenary
we're
approach.
good. Exactly.
It won Pew Pew Kasplat. It doesn't need anything else.
Yeah.
That's true. It already has its reward.
So my personal ranking on this is PUBG number 1, Destiny number 2, and Splatoon number 3. But
That's my
just me.
ranking too.
That's what
That's
I
your
would
ranking.
rank them.
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna vote for Splatoon as the number 1 just because I really like that it is such a different approach to shooters.
So you're passionate about Splatoon.
I'd go PUBG, Splatoon, then Destiny.
I
feel
think
like
I'm
I
that's how
actually
it's
am
gonna
okay with that.
I think it's PUBG, Splatoon, Destiny as well. I'm kind of thinking about Destiny right now. It's definitely been done thousands of times. Like it's really good gunplay, but it's also the gunplay that we've been getting for the last 5 years.
That's fair. Like Destiny deserves to be on the short list here, but it's basically more Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not bad.
Halo.
No,
with
it's not
Luke.
bad at
Definitely
all.
not bad.
It's just compared
It's
to
nothing
PUBG
unique, right?
and Splatoon, which are both fairly innovative in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. I can
Yeah.
agree with people putting Splatoon above Destiny, even though I enjoyed it a little bit less. But oops.
I didn't
So,
play
are we
Splatoon,
all in
so
agreement with this order right here? Is this fine with everyone?
that was
I would-
relatively
I would-
easy. I'm
I would
I mean,
surprised.
I
agree with
still
that.
say 2 of those slots belong to 1 2 Switch, but
Two of
slots.
them. 1 and then 2 Switch.
right. Well, yeah, 1 Switch, 2 Switch.
Gotcha. I like
Okay,
it.
so is that category's done then?
Final
Really
ranking:
good.
PUBG number
Final
1,
ranking.
Splatoon 2 number 2, and Destiny 2 is in spot 3.
I really wish Destiny that was Destiny 3.
So it could be
That
PUBG
that would
1,
be great.
Splatoon 2. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
It would have fit
That'd be
so
great.
well.
Let's just call it Destiny 3.
Right, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Taken King was really Destiny 2.
That's
right?
true.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I agree with that. Completely different game from Destiny 1, so
All right. So yeah, that's our best Pew Pew Kaboom. Next up, we have our best indie game. So yeah. Silence.
Ron, go ahead.
Yeah, lots of indie games came out this year. I think I'm probably the one that played the most of these, and maybe
Yeah,
me and
probably.
Joel. I think Joel played a lot of them too. So on our list we have A Hat in Time. We have Cuphead, which is debatable about whether it could be on this list. Finding Paradise, Golf Story, Hollow Knight, Nidhogg 2, Pyre, Rhyme, Snake Pass, Snipper Clips, SteamWorld Dig 2, The End Is Nigh, What Remains of Edith Finch, and Ukulele.
God, I feel like there's some other stuff that should be on this list, but I'm kind of drawing a blank trying to think of it.
right. I kind of agree, but I haven't played any like. I
Donkey
didn't play
Donkey
many
Literature
indies.
Club?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's my winner.
Shower with your dad simulator.
There you go.
That is not 2017 game.
That's true.
That was
It was like
26
2016.
Yeah.
but we can act.
What about
like
Dad,
this.
the dating
Oh,
dad
Dream
game?
Daddy.
Dream
Dream
Daddy.
Daddy.
I still need to get around to playing that.
Chad.
LOL.
0% interested.
That's not getting on this list. I'm just
I
letting
have
everybody
heard
know.
a lot of arguments
I mean,
for
if
it.
I
can
had
understand
played it,
why.
I would be arguing for it, but I have not, so I cannot.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
problem with Dream Daddy, and I'll just say this from what I've been reading, is that people are just playing it because it's a genre that's not a lot of people don't play games in dating simulators, right?
Yeah.
And it really doesn't do anything unique or new in the dating simulator genre. It's just that it's one of those games that broke through a little bit for people to get people. to play
I'd
them.
say that's noteworthy in and of itself, though. A game that
Yeah.
breaks out of its genre confines and gets people who normally wouldn't be interested in it. Like
Yeah, I guess that's true.
that's an important thing for games to stop being niche, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
It's
agree.
just the ridiculousness of it too. I just have no interest in playing it. So.
But it doesn't matter because it's not on our list. So.
It's not on our list. We know that much.
All right.
I mean, it got
so,
a couple of minutes of discussion, so that's
It
something.
did.
did.
It actually
It
got
did.
discussed.
So,
Is
so
there
someone can be
any-
happy.
So, is there anything on this list that nobody's
Yeah.
played?
I have not played any of these except for Cuphead, so I don't have much.
Yeah, I've only played Pyre.
Really?
I've played a few of these, but
I've actually
I-
played less of this list than I'd have liked to.
I've played
Me
every
too.
game on this list except for Nidhogg.
Of course you have.
End is Nigh. And
So
SteamWorld
is-
Dig 2.
Is Nidhogg 2 much different from Nidhogg 1?
The
I don't
graphic
even know
style
what the
is
fuck
completely different.
Nidhogg is.
I'm aware the graphic style is different. Is the game any different?
From what I've heard, not really. I don't really know a lot about
Like
it, though, to be honest.
I've watched a bit of it, and it looks like they've expanded a little bit. Like there's a few more things you can do because
Yeah.
the original Nidhogg was very basic from a gameplay perspective.
Oh yeah.
Which is
And it's
part of the
really
reason
fun,
why it
too.
worked. It was
Uh-huh.
it's similar to a dive kick thing where like by stripping it to
Yeah.
its bare essentials, it became like a really tight multiplayer experience.
Yeah.
But has anybody played it?
I have not played it, and I have
No,
interest in
I'm
playing
just saying I can
Okay.
kind of infer more from it if it's similar to the first one. Like
Sure.
it. Sure. Yeah, it's from
I don't-
what I've seen, it's pretty much just a remade version of the first one with some extra features
Sure.
and a different art style. So that's what I've seen from it. I don't know if that's totally true, but I'm okay with getting rid of it just because I don't know anything about it.
What is the end is nigh?
The End is Nigh is like Super Meat Boy. It's the same developers.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's more of a roguelike version of it. Or am I crazy? Like, I think it just ends.
I mean, you're crazy,
It
but
just
I have no
keeps-
idea if
it
you're
just
right.
keeps going, I think. It's not like
Yeah.
a main story kind of game. It's like a game that they just keep throwing levels at you over and over again.
Like Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm not, I might be completely wrong on that front.
man, so Binding of Isaac came out on Switch this year. Can I just vote that? Man,
Seriously.
It did.
God,
I-
that game is
I'm saying no.
that game is
but-
so good.
I love Binding of Isaac.
I
It's-
bought the physical for Switch just because it's freaking awesome having it on
I
Switch
fucking-
now too.
Yeah, I love it. So can we get rid of End is Nigh since nobody's played it?
Yeah, I'm not interested
Yeah, I
in Super
suppose.
Meat Boy anyway. So,
It's just hard for us to judge games that nobody's played. So,
Yeah.
all right.
so now the only game on this list I haven't played is Steam World Dig 2.
Well, I mean, I've played it and it's probably my game of the year. Spoilers.
yeah,
So
that's fine.
If it's anything like SteamWorld Dig, I'm gonna love it. So
Yeah.
I've heard
it's
that
very
and 1,000 times better from the first one. That's
yeah,
Really?
like it's basically the first one but improved in a bunch of ways. Like
yeah.
straight
what I've heard.
straight up upgrade, I would say.
all right. I from not playing any of these games, I want to get rid of Ukulele or A Hat in Time. One of them has to be better than the
between
other.
those two,
Ukulele is
ukulele
fucking
absolutely
amazing.
deserves to get
Yeah.
thrown off.
Okay,
Please do
good.
not get rid of Hat in Time yet.
Okay,
Hat in Time is on my personal top 10.
No, ukulele cannot stand up to like half this list.
No.
that's what I wanted to get happen
Get
here.
rid of
Okay,
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
What
I mean,
about
Hat in Time is the good version of Ukulele. I'll just quickly say
Yeah.
that.
that's what I figured.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's
Trying to
different.
do
I mean-
it's trying to do very similar things to ukulele and it does them better.
Yeah, Hat in Time, I guess, is more of a tribute to like old Mario games, Mario 3D games. It's very similar to Sunshine. That's how it plays. Whereas Ukulele is more of a
Oh
tribute
boy,
to
I might have to
Banjo-Kazooie.
start arguing against Hat in Time then.
It's like a mix of 64 and Sunshine.
No, I mean,
there's a lot of
I
things
don't
about
think
it that
that-
reminded me of Sunshine.
I don't think
but-
the gameplay of Sunshine is inherently bad. I just think the execution of it in Sunshine was not good.
You're a hater.
Ron just loves sunshine.
Listen,
No,
I
I
think
like
a
64
remake
more,
of
though.
Sunshine that's not janky as fuck would be a great idea.
I would love a remake of Sunshine. Holy crap. Anyway, so since I've played almost every game on this list, I think
Yeah,
the
start
next
making your
game-
cases.
Yeah. The next game I think I'm cool with getting rid of, and that's
Pyre.
this is only because I haven't played it, is Hollow Knight.
No, I've heard you talk about it, Ron. You hate Pyre. Despise
I
it.
hate
You don't
Pyre,
want
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want it on here.
Pyre's
I-
also in my top 10, so.
I would like to have played more of Hollow Knight, but
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't
the
know enough
problem,
about it.
is that I think Hollow Knight could win this category
Yeah, I feel like
if we had played
Easily.
it more.
Yeah, no, like
Exactly.
that's one of the games that I would have played had this not been a ridiculous game.
Exactly.
Year full of
Yeah.
games that I was playing.
I played
Exactly.
probably 2 hours of it, and I actually loved it. I just didn't get a lot of time spent with the game, so that's kind of
Yeah.
what bums me out about it. But
it's very Dark Soulsy.
mhm.
And
in terms of
it,
the setting and like the
Yeah.
the gameplay, but
it plays really well, but I don't know anything past that. So I'm okay with getting rid of that. If everyone else is. Okay.
so I want to get rid of 3 games at the same time
Okay, go for it.
because I don't think they're going to make this list.
Is it Snake Pass? Is it Rhyme? And is it Finding Paradise?
That you got 2 of them right.
Damn.
Finding Paradise, Rhyme, and What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah, those are
Okay.
the 3 I was thinking.
Because they're story-based games that just have one story to tell as you play through it. And it's going to be... I mean, they don't have as good of gameplay, as some of these other games. I mean, they're great stories that I'd super recommend playing. I don't think everyone's into the same kind of genre that is that kind of game, right? Not everyone likes walking simulator type games or story based games.
I think they're fine, and I think a really well done like story based game can stand up against games with more gameplay. But at the same time, if all you're bringing is a story, like that really limits
exactly
like long standing impact of the game.
Yeah,
and all three of these games are fantastic. In fact, two of them made me cry. I'll say that. Edith Finch did not, but it's also very, very well told.
Ron is scared to admit.
So Ron, I know this is into spoiler territories, but what did remain of Edith Finch?
So
I've been wondering.
I don't know if you know anything. I don't know if you know anything about Edith Finch or like what the story is.
I don't.
Zero.
Okay.
Nope.
But basically, you're a woman going back to visit her house that she grew up in when her grandma died, just to go through all the stuff. And so basically, what you're doing is you're walking through the house. And you're slowly uncovering as you find like one of your family members' like journal or something like that. You start to discover that there's a curse with this family. Every member of this family has died in some crazy way. So as you discover that like one of your family members' stuff, you go through a sequence of their death, where you're playing as that character. And there's different styles with every single one of those different characters that you find. Or different family members. Like one of them's like a horror genre. One of them is so the best one in the game is that you're a guy working at a cannery, and so with your right hand you're moving your mouse from left to right with fish, just cutting the head off, throwing in the thigh, just doing that over and over again. But then he starts to daydream. So on the left side of your screen with your keyboard, you're starting to play an 8-bit adventure.
Oh, God.
And as time goes on, you start to... it gets bigger. The imagination part of it gets bigger and bigger until it takes over his entire world. And that's, like, the most well-told, like... That's the most visual representation of, like...
Daydreaming.
Going crazy. Like, yeah, as you're doing
your attention completely wandering from the task you're supposed to be doing. That's a really cool idea. I like that a lot.
Huh.
I like that a lot, too.
Yeah, until the very end when he, daydreaming.
Chops his hand off.
Yep.
Nice.
So, but there's a lot of really cool stuff like that in the game. So that's why the game is so well told. But I just want to say... But
it's not going to stand up to some of this other stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're getting rid of that.
That was my little thing for Edith Finch and why it probably won't be on some of these other lists, too.
Alright. So now what we have left is A Hat in Time, Cuphead, Golf Story, Pyre, Snake Pass, Snipper Clips, and SteamWorld Dig 2.
I think I know the next two games.
I'd like to...
Sorry, I'm kind of dominating this, mostly because I've played a lot of these. But...
I've played...
Makes sense.
I've played 3 of these games now.
Okay.
I know a lot about Cuphead, obviously, and I know what SteamWorld Dig 2 is. I'd like to get rid of Golf Story.
Ugh.
I didn't enjoy it that much. It's a golfing game.
Well,
the story's meh.
The thing
the story part of it.
The thing I've heard about Golf Story that, like the negative thing I've heard about Golf Story is that the golf part of it isn't that great.
It's not.
But the story part.
It's very standard golf. I mean, it's just like
it's extremely standard golf.
Left and right.
Yeah, and that the integration between playing golf and the like story part isn't great. Like,
it's not.
The game is absolutely not perfect. Like, I'll give you that. It didn't make any of my lists, personal lists. I did love it still, but that's
I enjoyed the crap out of it.
I'm also a sucker for golf games in general.
So it was a great game
love
to
simple golf gameplay like that because it relaxes me. But I also really loved like at Mario Golf Advanced Tour growing up, like those kind of games. So that's what it reminded me a lot of. And I don't know, I'm okay with getting rid of it. I do think that Snake Pass goes before it, but
Well, we're not ordering them right now.
Yeah,
but we can get rid of both Snake Pass and Golf Story at once. If that
he
makes
wants
you
to
feel
get
better
rid of it
about
before
yourself.
Snake Pass, Matt. Just for his own. He wants to know what.
I'm just saying, like, of the games left, Golf Story is probably more towards like top 5 for me. But that's all I'm saying. We do only have 7 left too. So
I'm gonna say like Golf Story and Snipper Clips are the two that I would be next most ready to get rid of.
So I was gonna say Snake Pass and Snipper Clips. So
I'm okay with that.
I give Snake Pass a lot of tilt just for being like one of the most unique 3D platformers I've ever played.
No, it's a lot of fun too. Like, it's also incredibly frustrating.
It's part of the thing about being so unique is you actually have to spend some time getting used to it and mastering it before you can really be good at it, which is a weird thing to experience in 2017 after having played games for literally 20 some years.
Well, in that case, where's getting over it on this list?
That's true.
I mean, I got over it.
You got over it.
I didn't play Getting Over It, but I know all about it, and I've seen the gameplay.
Yeah, so have I.
I saw Bennett Foddy play the game through, actually.
Oh, really?
I watched a video of him playing it. Anyway, I don't... Yeah.
So Golf Story,
we
Snake
can get rid of
Pass,
Golf Story, that's
Snipper
fine. I
Clips.
think we talked about it, Spiel.
I liked it. It was a good game. It's not, compared to these other games, I don't know anything about Snake Pass, but I would even say that Snipper Clips is better than Golf Story personally, but are we also getting rid of Snake Pass and Snipper Clips?
Well, what do you think, Joel? Are you passionate about Snake Pass being in top 3?
Top 3, no. I think Snipper Clips should definitely go before it.
Yeah.
Well, the order doesn't matter, guys.
No, it does. It is now a
matters
top.
to them.
It is now a top 5 game. Damn it!
But we're looking at the games compared to each other, so we don't want to get to a point where we haven't discussed a game.
That's true. But
when we're eliminating games that are
right. Yeah, I don't think I could argue for Snake Pass above anything else on the list at this point.
Yeah. My biggest complaint with Snake Pass, I think, is that it's a little bit too short and it's a little bit too shallow.
The thing is, those are valid criticisms. Those keep it from being an all-time game, but they're also, I'm willing to forgive it a lot more considering it's like the first thing these guys put out like this. Like, Snake Pass 2 has the potential to be pretty fascinating.
Oh yeah, I hope they do some Snake Pass 2 as well. So, I think they talked about doing a sequel or a follow-up to it.
Nice.
They also really lucked out in that when it came out, like, there wasn't a whole lot else for Switch, so I think a lot of people tried it who normally wouldn't, just because it was both a novelty and something new to play on their brand new Switch.
Yeah.
And hopefully that helped give them enough support to be able to justify a new one.
I'll be honest, that's the reason I got it. So I wanted something to play on the Switch. All right, so now we have 4 really good games that I don't know how to discuss and compare.
Yay, indie games for being so different.
Of these games. I know Matt's gonna shit on Pyre because he didn't like it.
I didn't love Pyre, but
I know Chase is indifferent to Cuphead, kind of.
So, I'm excusing myself from discussing A Hat in Time because 3D platformers aren't really my thing. Like, I don't feel like I can discuss the merits of it honestly.
Sure.
Well, not honestly, but I can't give it a completely fair shake because on some level, it's not a type of game that I enjoy.
Yeah.
So I'll be fair. 3 of these games are in my top 10.
And the 4th one,
so that's what's really hard. Yeah, and I haven't played the 4th one. I wanted to, but I didn't have time to. So I have. Yeah.
I would personally vote Cuphead off next.
So Cuphead is bottom of my list in terms of the order of these 3 games.
I personally would vote off SteamWorld Dig 2 off
Absolutely
this list.
not.
Because let me explain. We're talking about best indie games. This is a sequel to an indie game. It doesn't do anything new, right?
So
it does what I'm assuming it does the original game really well and adds on it, but it's not like groundbreaking like A Hat in Time. Cuphead,
how is A Hat in
Pyre.
Time, which is a game entirely
probably not A Hat in Time,
creating some ancient
okay.
games?
I love A Hat in Time, but that's a bad argument.
Okay. A Hat in Time might not be groundbreaking, but Cuphead and Pyre both are definitely
also
unique.
is not in any way groundbreaking. It's just very hard 2D platforming.
Yeah, but
I disagree.
I
disagree with
my
that.
thing with Cuphead being higher up is the hand-drawn animation.
Exactly.
That took some fucking time.
So
Cuphead is extremely unique.
So here's my counterpoint. Here's my counterpoint or kind of argument, let's say, for SteamWorld Dig 2. You say it's not groundbreaking, and that may be true. Well, I mean, it's not true. Breaking ground is literally the entire crux of the game.
That's fair.
But
fair.
No, yeah, you're right in that it's just a sequel to an existing game, but I don't think groundbreaking is the sole deciding factor of what's a good indie game. Like, it's definitely something worth considering, and it's kind of what I built my argument for Splatoon on. But But the another like really important factor of a fun game is how well refined it is. And SteamWorld Dig 2 is, and I say this without exaggeration, maybe the most perfect gameplay loop I've ever experienced in a game. Like, that game, at no point does it feel like you're just putting in the time on something so you can get back to the part of the game you like. Every element of that game is fun, and they designed it so that you're moving through the elements of the game in a like perfect timing so you don't get sick of what you're doing.
Right.
Like you go down, you make some progress digging, you get some stuff, you get some gems or whatever. Then you go back to the surface, sell those gems, get money so you can buy upgrades to your stuff, so you can mine better. And like you go through that loop, and while you're going through that loop, you're slowly unlocking story stuff. You're pretty regularly encountering new areas that are more difficult with new enemies, that kind of stuff. And like it's just so perfectly paced.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this: you talking about it before this podcast, you telling me about it, you convinced me to buy it during this game sale. So. I have it now. I haven't played the first one, but I have it too as well.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you could jump into this without playing the first one. The gameplay is pretty easy to understand, and like the amount of story in the first game was pretty minimal.
Yeah,
and like the amount of story in this game isn't super deep either. Like you're looking for this dude basically.
Sure.
But like it's all the games that this company has done, SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Heist, which was a fantastic game that's nothing like SteamWorld Dig at all. They've done a really good job of building their world entirely through like just the background details and just the stuff characters say to you. And like I think it's a really fascinating setting. It's a lot of charm. I don't know. Yeah, there's no flaws in that game as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't think it's a perfect game because I'm not sure a perfect game exists, but I can't think of any part of it.
God damn it! This would not be this podcast if we didn't talk about Doom.
Okay, so
Anyway.
Doom
in every category.
So Doom has been added as a contender for Best Indie Game 2017.
Best indie game.
I mean, is it really AAA anymore?
Best indie game. There we go.
Best idiot. Yeah.
So basically, SteamWorld Dig 2 is such a well-crafted game that I think it doesn't need to really do anything unique or different.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like, it's also, like, maybe 10 hours at most. Like, it's the perfect length for the kind of game it is, so it never really feels like it outstays its welcome or it needs any sort of extra gimmicks.
Sure.
So is the argument between Cuphead and SteamWorld then?
Yeah, what are the games that we're talking about eliminating? Are we?
Yeah,
is
I'm
there
very
anything that we're
confused.
okay with saying is on this list 100%?
I don't think anyone has argued Pyre doesn't deserve to be on the list.
I mean...
True. That's what I was gonna say too, but I know Matt would have if I hadn't pointed out that he would.
You stopped Matt from doing
I stopped
it, so
him
nobody
from
has done
arguing
it.
it.
Here's the thing about Pyre. It wasn't that fun to me, personally, but it's extremely unique in the fact that, like, they created their own, like, sports game, essentially, and then made a story game around it.
Yeah.
Like, that's really crazy, and it's really well done, but...
Just
it's
wasn't
just
for you kind of thing?
Personally, it wasn't for me. I didn't think it was that fun.
Like, I guarantee you haven't played a game like Pyre before. It's
no, you
completely
definitely
unique
have
in
not.
its own right.
You 100% have not played a game like Pyre
And
before.
it's impressive that they continue to do this too, because Bastion and Transistor are also vastly different from each other.
Yeah.
I would say like Pyre has some similar some commonality with some of the old like 3-on-3 basketball games.
Yeah, I mean I can see that for sure.
Like it's
still,
not wholly unique, but yeah, it's definitely
different.
a very it's doing something that no other game in 2017 was doing.
Right.
And I have a lot of respect for Supergiant Games for their willingness to constantly just do something completely different from what they've done previously.
Also,
like,
the soundtrack never disappoints.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Pyre's
Like,
is my favorite, I think, now. As a cohesive whole, I think that there's better standout tracks than the other ones, but I think Pyre is the best set of
Overall.
songs. But, fuck. This is gonna be hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
don't know.
I mean, I guess we heard arguments for and against SteamWorld Dig 2. What about Cuphead?
So I guess my argument for Cuphead, the little bit that I've played, but I've watched full playthroughs of it at least too. But it's the amount of time that was put into the animation, because it's all hand drawn. The fact that it's nothing but boss fights was kind of unique and interesting to me, I guess, because most of those kinds of platformers, it's standard levels, at being the normal ones, and then you have then you have a few boss fights.
You do have standard levels in Cuphead too, but there's
right. But
I
was just about to say, in Cuphead it's kind of the opposite. You have nothing but boss fights and a few standard levels.
Yeah.
So
the standard levels are just as hard as the freaking boss fights too, by the way.
yeah. Well, I know, but
ones. So my argument, I guess, for Cuphead would be that it's extremely satisfying when you finally beat stuff. And I guess that could be said about any game that has the difficulty that Cuphead does. I mean, like, that's probably why people love Dark Souls a bunch, too.
Too much.
Not too
too much.
I'm one of those people.
It's unhealthy. Ron, we've
Ron,
actually been meaning to speak to you about this. This podcast is an intervention.
Yeah. We've all written letters.
Hey,
Here's how your love of Dark Souls has hurt me.
It's funny because he doesn't like Dark Souls.
I bought Dark Souls 3, but I haven't even played it yet. But so I honestly don't know what to get rid of here. This is really hard.
Would it be easier just to make our top 3 and then?
Yeah, I think this one might be everyone makes their own votes, and then we see what.
Okay.
So should we vote on eliminating something then? Because top 3 is going to be hard to. Or we could
vote.
No, I mean,
just
like
vote on the top
give your
3.
top 3. Your personal top 3. My personal top 3, I'd say, in no particular order, A Hat in Time, Cuphead, Empire.
Okay. Mine would probably be A Hat in Time, Pyre, and SteamWorld Dig 2.
I'm putting X's next to the ones that were not voted for. So more X's gets eliminated.
So, it's yeah.
I would vote Pyre.
So we're voting. So then we're voting for which one we want to eliminate.
Yeah,
I was gonna say. So there's no point in us doing
This is the most awkward way of doing it.
I'm sorry.
I was thinking you were doing like a point system. Like
yeah, that's what I thought we were doing too.
Well, do we want to do that?
If you want to tally then put the numbers for what they're getting from everyone.
Okay. So then I have to actually rank these.
Yeah.
Fuck. I have no idea.
That's how voting works.
Mine are ranked if you're ready.
All right, I'm gonna do mine 1 Hat in Time, 2 Cuphead.
Okay, so you're doing them in the order they're on the list. Great.
No, that's not why. I can give you reasons why if you want me to, but we've already talked a lot about these games anyway.
So the lowest score better, right?
Yeah.
Well,
right. Yeah.
We'll add
one is number
rank.
1.
Yeah. And then give SteamWorld Dig a 4, I guess.
Yeah. We'll have an honorable mention in this category, apparently.
I mean, we're gonna have to because we can't eliminate it.
Yep.
So
Ron,
my
was
votes
yours?
were fuck. Here, let me look at my personal list.
Roll back the audio.
Oh, Ron has
2 and just because, and then 4 for Cuphead. Oops. Why
I got it wrong. Because I can.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
All right. I know you guys are that are listening to this or have no idea what's going on right now in terms of points, but we'll total it up for you.
Yeah, we got it. Ron just put A Hat in Time 1.
Yeah.
If that's all.
Hat in Time 1, Pyre 2, SteamWorld Dig 3.
All right, so I'll announce them as I type them so that the people listening have some idea what's going on.
Like I did.
Good idea.
SteamWorld Dig 1, Pyre 2, and I think I'm gonna say Hat in Time 3 just because of mathematics on this. I'm gonna be mercenary.
There we go. I like it. I was just gonna say, person who goes last, might be able to. Yeah, he's attacking Cuphead.
It's currently the weakest vector.
Yeah. It is. It's true.
All
Benjamin?
Right. I will go Pyre 1.
Okay.
I think Ron's going to type for me.
Okay.
I can do it, yeah.
Cuphead 2. Oh. And then SteamWorld Dig 2, 3. Which leaves Hat in Time 4.
God, these games with numbers in their title are just completely messing up our ability to rank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right, Chase.
All right, Chase.
Cuphead 1.
I was gonna say,
Oh
if
my
we don't
God.
give Cuphead 1, Cuphead's gone because
That would be
Yep.
that means
hilarious,
every game
actually.
has number 1 for somebody except for Cuphead.
That would be so funny if like Chase abandons Cuphead in its time of need.
It's the only one I've played, so
Top
it's
10
the only one I
anime
can give away.
betrayals.
So Cuphead 1, I'm gonna say Pyre 2, SteamWorld Dig 2, 3, and the Hat in Time 4.
Okay.
So that
let's-
solves
let's
kinda
do
nothing.
Some addition.
Yeah, now it's
I'm doing addition quick.
Yay, quick addition.
Oh my god.
wow.
I'm in Cuphead tied.
Oh my god. So Pyre apparently wins.
Apparently.
So this is what we have. The lowest points is good in this case. So we have a Hat in Time at 13 points, Cuphead at 13 points, Pyre at 10 points, and SteamWorld Dig 2 at 14 points. So that means that
You got
Pyre
3
is number
games off
1.
it. I'm actually gonna feel horrible that Steve
You
was
feel-
on this list.
I mean, that's what... Basically, we have Pyre number 1, Cuphead and a Hat in Time tied for number 2, and SteamWorld
Well,
Dig
I mean,
2.
I think at this point, we can probably determine the order between Hat in Time and Cuphead. If both of those, because a lot
Yeah,
of
we
people
could.
were going to eliminate one of those two. Like, they
Yeah.
got the
That's
fourth
true.
place vote in 4 out of the 5 votes.
So,
One of
Say
those two.
that 2 people gave it number 1, so it
Yeah.
should be above Cuphead.
I agree.
mean, honestly, I think that's fair. Like, 2 people thought Hat in Time was their absolute best in this category.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Fine.
So then we can go Pyre 1, a Hat in Time number 2, Cuphead 3,
So,
SteamWorld Dig 2.
I think we should
I
keep
like-
Steam Word on the list because
Number 4,
of how
yep.
fucking close
That's
it is.
honorable
Just
mention,
leave it
yeah.
as number 4.
Honorable mention.
I just
Or
want to say
it's
that
number
I
3,
love-
because Hat in Time and Cuphead are both number 2.
We have a
Top
2.
3.
So I just love that this incredibly complex and well-developed voting system led to Pyre, which got only one number 1 vote, being our number 1 pick.
It was
Hey.
in a swing state.
Yeah, it was a swing state, exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome
That's
to the
the
Electoral
closest-
College.
That's definitely the closest I felt about any debate ever. I think
It won the
hilarious.
electoral vote, but not the popular vote.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's what happened. Like all good Republican presidents before it.
Okay, you're gonna need to back up there and explain to me all good Republican.
Let's talk politics now. Let's take a break from politics.
Yeah.
I didn't mean good. I just meant Republican in general.
Oh,
Alright.
GOP. I got you.
Yeah, my bad. All right.
So
So
we
we take-
finished 2 categories. I think we should take a little bit of a break here. Yeah.
Do we want to review quick? So
Sure.
best Pew Pew Kaboom, number 1, PUBG, number 2, Splatoon 2, number 3, Destiny 2, and what we just did was best indie game, number
What
1,
we
Pyre.
just did. Way to make it sound dirty.
Yeah, what we just did. All right, best indie game, number 1, Pyre, number 2, Hat in Time, number 3, Cuphead, and number 4, SteamWorld Dig 2. Or we can say 2A, 2B, and then 3.
There you go.
Sure.
Number
If it
2,
makes
Hat in
Joel
Time,
feel
and number
better.
2, Cuphead.
All right.
Yep. All right.
So yeah, we're gonna take a break. Come back with most franchise potential and best story.
And for
Well-
you guys, it won't be much of a break because
Yeah, you just go to the next
together.
episode in the
Yeah.
list and play it.
Yeah.
The break can be as long as you want, though. You could play it
Yeah.
Yeah,
tomorrow if you
no.
want.
We'll start the next episode telling you how long of a break we took, so you know how long to wait.
Exactly. All right, I like it.
No,
All right.
we'll just insert silence. That much silence.
Yeah, like a
And-
hidden track at the end of a CD.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A reference that,
I like it.
everyone in 2018 will understand.
CDs.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
break time. Bye.